Bensound.com. Bensound.com.
Oh, we're live. How we doing out there, everybody? Where are you watching from? Sound off in the comments where you're watching from. Would love to know. Where are you watching from? What are you drinking? And circumcised or uncircumcised? I had a joke I was kind of do later. We can kind of do it right now. I'm going to start off playing a song, ladies and gentlemen. I like to start off all the streams playing some music. This guitar is in a weird open tuning. This is going to be playing a Nick Drake song. I let my Patreon subscribers, patreon.com/Yossarian-Andrews, I let you all determine what song I will open up with. And this week, all the options I gave you were British singer-songwriters because I wanted to celebrate the fact that the English, some say the British, which might be true, might not be true. We have no way of knowing if those two things are the same. They recently arrested a member of the royal family. That's right, Paddington Bear. Paddington Bear is in jail. He was on the Epstein list. It's unfortunate, but it is what it is. Viewers might know I myself am half British, in that I am half circumcised. Just the skin covers one half. Let me put this down here. Gold. Thank you. All right, ladies and gentlemen. This song is by Nick Drake, a man who died living with his parents. You are half gold and half silver. That's true. That's absolutely true. All right, ladies and gentlemen. This is called Pink Moon. And I believe it was named after a butthole, something that Nick Drake never saw in his life. He was a British singer-songwriter. He had like one album. He performed one time and was really, really nervous, and he lived with his parents. And then when he was like, I don't know, 25 or so, he took a bunch of sleeping pills and died because life sucked, and he was, you know, an incel. And then years later, everyone got sad enough to finally appreciate his music. At the time in the 70s or 60s, or whenever the fuck it was, everyone was like, I don't know, things are pretty good. And then around the 80s, everyone was like, oh, shit sucks, dude. Fuck, I get Nick Drake music now. This music is sad as hell. I saw it written and I saw it say, the pink moon is on its way. And none of you stand so tall. keyboard solo and throw it in. Let's see if I can throw it in on the guitar here. I saw it say, a pink moon is on its way, and none of you stand so tall. Pink moon to get you all. It's a pink moon. Pink, pink, pink. Oh, thank you all so much. Let's start the show. I have this in a open tuning. This is open C, I think open, well, it's like open D. Let me get this in tune here. It's a little music theory chord. I like to start, I don't know if music theory is quite the right term here, but it's a little music theory for y'all. What's being censored, Jose? Could I control that at all? Because I would prefer YouTube censor not a goddamn thing on my channel. I probably can't censor it. It probably is just in there. So, open tunings are things that, when you're starting guitar, they seem like really advanced techniques because you're like, oh shit, I'm not just doing a C. Like, look at this. If I try to play a C chord here, that sounds like shit. If I try to play a G, it sounds like shit. What about A? That's actually not bad. But you realize that open tunings are actually for lazy people. They make guitar easier to play because you really just need one finger. Here's a little pro tip right here. Keith Richards of the Rolling Stones, he has no idea how to play guitar. That man does not know. He just takes a capo and moves it around based on what key the song is in, and then just goes like. And if you stop me up. But he's in a different open tuning than I'm in right now. But it's the same idea. It's like, what? He's like always an open B or some shit. That little solo in that song goes like. Yeah, it's that. Nah. How we doing, guys? Oh my God, sound off. Welcome to the channel. I'm live streaming on YouTube and on Twitch.com. Twitch.com, I believe, owned by Jeff Bezos. What did someone posted something in the Discord? ZZ, A Human, at Yosarian. What's going on? Oh, what the heck is going on? Interesting. Some innocuous messages go in the bin. Coming at you down under with the full hood. Yeah, just go to Twitch. I don't know what the hell is going on. Is that like... Huh, interesting. That's really obnoxious and stupid. Because I'm also not getting them here on my little chat right there, which is from Restream, but maybe they're not going forward. I don't know. I don't know how anything works, and I don't give a shit. Let's check it and see what happens if I try to comment on stuff over here. All right, we're going. We're about to get the cute video of me. Aww. There we go. All right, so, why is it not showing what I want it to show right here? Oh, wait, I'm in the wrong... Never mind, just a second. There we go. There's me in the background. So what if I comment on it and I say, fuck? Is that... No, I'm not getting it. What if I say butt? Fucking butt. That's not on there. What if I say, hello? Yeah, I've clearly been, number 2, hello. Okay, no, wait, butt is on there, but fuck is not. Let me put wiener. This is a lot of fun for me. I don't know if anyone's watching, but I'm greatly enjoying it. Wiener. Okay, let me see what else I can see. PP. No, that seems to get... No, that's on there still. PP. What if I put Jeffrey Epstein? No, that goes through too. So really it's just fuck. What were you putting out there? You put down coming at you from down under with the full hood. Are you... Enough of this nonsense. Are you from Australia? Are you really talking to me from Australia? Crikey, mate, some are saying. What would you say is the #1 perception that we have, Americans have, of the Australians that is absolutely 100% true? I posted that appeared at my end but didn't hit the stream. Closed chat, reopened, it was gone. Overly aggressive censorship. Posted the hood or full hood. See, I was just getting it in the Discord channel, but not there. All right, let me try to post. It's being very slow. I don't know what's going on with my internet right now. It's being slower than I'd care for. Quite frankly, I blame the state of Israel. I think we can all agree that's the main problem. Let me go to... And first off, I should just keep this playing on silent in the other tab, just because, quite frankly, I could use as many viewers as I want here. As I could use as many viewers as I could get. All right, go into Twitch chat, a human... Full hood. We are extremely hot, not gonna lie. I would agree with that. All of the hottest exports from Australia. So many things that I want to fuck so bad. Margot Robbie. Chris Hemsworth. A can of Vegemite. 3 things. I want to fuck. I want to fuck. Australians are the best, dude. Australians are just all of the people who are like, oi, Britain's gay. Britain's fucking gay. I'm gonna go punch a fucking Aboriginal in the face. And then they took a giant boat, or a series of small boats, I'm not entirely sure, to Australia. People say it was a penal colony, and to some degree it was, but people are a little confused as to like how that goes historically. People imagine it being like a prison. Back in the day, this ties into one thing we'll be talking about, because somebody is not at all going to go to a British prison. Prince Andrew, this is the worst his life is ever going to get. He got arrested and briefly had to touch a commoner. Now he's back in the castle. But back in the day when someone broke the law in England, it wasn't like they went to a prison. They were just like, I don't know, Australia's ours. If you can go build shit there, it's yours now. Go. And so they put them on boats. So it wasn't so much like a prison colony as much as like a fuck off and figure it out colony. And then we'll come by like every 10 years and remind you that we own this. But if you just want to... Listen, we've got so many brown people to kill. There are so many of them there, and we're going to have to kill every single one of them. So if you can just get on that, that would really be great for me. Ladies and gentlemen, Jeffrey Epstein, let's talk about him. Are you familiar with this guy? Sound off in the chat if you've heard of Jeffrey Epstein. Why is my internet being so goddamn slow? I've got 2 browsers open. I don't think I need any of that. There we go. There we go. Meaty Wind. Welcome, Meaty Wind. Thank you for joining us. Meaty Wind gets an award that I'm unable to actually give them for a username that most gets a chuckle out of me. Most makes me go, ha, good one. The browser's being annoying. Jeffrey Epstein. Millionaire. Financier. Some are saying billionaire. Oh, you switched over? That's just you again? Well, keep it open on YouTube as well. I need all the views I can get here, okay? Don't fucking... I was about to ask you how long you've been in Australia, as if to be like, UK. I just imagine everyone starts in America. Like all those Chinese people, I'm like, damn, why did you leave? Could have stayed here and made some Kung Pao chicken. What's going on with this fucking browser? All right, time to Control-Alt-Delete. Task Manager. This is really good. Chrome is being 82% memory, huh? Chucking it up on the telly now, me dude. Thank you. Chucking it up on the telly now. This reminds me of something that, do you guys remember, this would have been 2 or 3 years ago, when one of the hardest I've ever laughed in my life is when Matty Healy from the 1975, he is, I guess you'd call him a rock star, a pop star, whatever, but he was dating Taylor Swift and had an audience largely of young women, which I think bothered him, which is cool and correct. You should be mad at women all the time. And so consequently, he went on the Adam Friedland show, which is not, it was not the Adam Friedland show that you know now. There's all this lore. I think people genuinely don't know. Adam Friedland is kind of his own little like fucking celebrity now in a weird sort of way. And this was really when it was more like Cumtown and Nick Mullen was still on it. And people got really offended because Matty Healy said that he watched pornography website Ghetto Gaggers, which apparently is quite nasty to women. But the craziest thing to me was he said that he would stream his pornography onto his big screen TV in his flat, eh? What? That is insane. You should be in jail for that. You know, I'm old enough to remember not only jacking off to like computer monitors. Of course I remember that. I remember jacking off to VHS tapes, to print magazines, to stone tablet carving. I was a caveman. To drawing, I think... Is this true or did I make it up? Let's just presume it's true because it's better that way. Cave paintings, mostly done in France because they were always pretentious, that stupid country. Cave paintings done by cavemen. Man has always had a desire to express himself artistically, to say, this is what I see, this is what I feel. And they would literally draw cave paintings of women with like big pussies. Okay, listen, we're looking it up. We're going to the browser. Boom. All right. Cave drawings of vaginas. Rock art depicting females in the Americas. Interesting. The vulva form appears in both natural and enhanced forms in rock art. Interesting. In North America, there are a number of sites where vulva forms, which, by the way, is the name of my new post-rock band, the Vulva Forms, where vulva forms can be found many times in association with caves or fissures in the rocks. So cavemen, and men have not really evolved much. They'd be walking and they would see like a fissure in a rock and go, fuck, that reminds me of a pussy. I gotta fucking jack off. Cast Lemon Party on the Insecure TVs. One of the funniest jokes on 30 Rock, they got past the censor a number of times. Liz Lemon, she'd often make references to a lemon party, but the best was her dad, Dick Lemon, going, oh, you can't have a lemon party without old Dick. All of those men are dead. Just think about that. Every man involved in Lemon Party is now dead. But these cave drawings, guys would just walk past fissures and be like, fuck, that looks like a pussy. I got to jack off right fucking now. And then they would go draw a pussy and jack off to it. Hell yeah. Dudes rock, man. I'm a big fan. I'm a big fan. It reminds me of how in a lot of counties, I don't know if I'd imagine this is true throughout the country, at least, if not the world, but throughout Illinois, which is where Chicago's in. If you're from Australia, you probably heard of Chicago. It's the city I live in. throughout Illinois, the rules for strip clubs varies on a county by county basis. So some counties, you can just have full nude, whatever you want. But in a lot of counties, they have laws where if you want to show pussy, you can't serve liquor. They would call these juice bars. And so you'd pay like a fee to get in, and you tip the girls, and there's a whole thing, but you couldn't order liquor there. Other places, you can buy liquor in the front, poker in the back. You know what I'm saying? I mean, pussy and asshole. Why don't I have a lot of viewers? Why am I shadow banned for all the things I say? So the basic thought behind it was like, if men are drunk and see a pussy, they're just going to start killing each other. They're just going to violently stab one another, which is probably pretty much true, actually. Yeah. Meaty wind, that's what we call a queef around here. Hey, baby. Prince Andrew was arrested. Let's look up a video of it happening. He was friends with Jeffrey Epstein. Did you guys hear about this? Jeffrey Epstein, noted financier, playboy. Some say he likes his social life. We've got all sorts of dumb bullshit here. Oh, the Olympics are going on. I don't know if I've ever cared less about the Olympics. Anyway, I need to focus here. Jeffrey Epstein, according to Kash Patel, he trafficked young girls to nobody, to himself, I guess, to the middle of the ocean. We don't know. We can never know. But a lot of people were involved with him. He was a sex trafficker. It was not just American. It was not Chinese, though. I find it hard to believe that China's the one country that doesn't fuck kids. Maybe they don't fuck kids because they don't want to go into the coal mines. That could be the thing. They don't want to go into the factories. Yeah, I want to fuck kid. They too busy make phone though. Am I done with YouTube now? They gonna kick me off for doing a Chinese guy voice? Sometimes I forget that I'm on camera and it's, no one's watching it, but it's being broadcast, so I might as well not do a Chinese guy voice. For whatever reason, the Chinese don't appear to be fucking children. They probably are. They probably have a Chinese Epstein, and that is, of course, Jackie Chan. But Prince Andrew, younger brother of Prince Charles, who, for the record, has never been accused of fucking a child he didn't marry. Princess Diana was 16 when they met. But he did eventually marry her and then kill her. And that's what we need to do for the law. If you want to fuck a child, you have to marry them and then kill them in France. Now that every Western country is taking down the elites that get exposed by the Epstein operation, meanwhile, the U.S. is just busy sticking things up its ass. First off, you can do both. You can stick things up your ass and take down the elites. Secondly, Prince Andrew, went to jail briefly. Maybe hold off on the taking down the elites. It's a good first step. Don't get me wrong. I like seeing it. It's better than the alternative. But, we'll see if anything actually happens. A few people have stepped down and various other things. Because the Epstein files were released, or at least, I don't know, about half of them were released by the United States government because Donald Trump and the MAGA movement made a mistake of campaigning on releasing the Epstein files. And Donald Trump kind of didn't. He didn't mention the Epstein files very much. But other people in his orbit did, because either there's two theories to why people around Donald Trump kept pushing for the Epstein files to be released. Either they didn't know that the Epstein files contained so many references to Donald Trump fucking children and other crazy shit. Not some of it true, maybe not. Some of the more crazy conspiratorial shit, it's all random tips put in. The Epstein files is interesting to look at, read, see, talk about, but everyone needs to calm down with everything in there is 100% true and we know it, okay? And and I'm not just saying that because of course I'm in the Epstein files. Me and Elon Musk are the two guys who asked to go to the island, and they were like, nah, you're so annoying. That was the funniest. Elon Musk, after he hung out with Joe Rogan and said on the podcast, they wanted me to go to the Epstein Island, but I said no, because I am, in fact, based and red-pilled. He was then sending emails to Jeffrey Epstein being like, please fucking let me go to the island. Please. I don't have anything else. I want to fucking kill myself. If I don't get to finger a 4-year-old's butt, I'm going to put a fucking gun in my mouth. I'm Elon Musk. That's what he would say every day. A lot of crazy shit. So the two theories as to why people around Donald Trump ran on this. Either they didn't know, which seems unlikely because, like, I knew, and I'm fucking stupid. If they're around him, they're probably even stupider, which is really saying a lot. But it just seems like, come on, you ever met Donald Trump? He's got that vibe. He's got that kind of vibe, okay? Let's just make sure, no, the stream hasn't been taken down. It's still live. We're still good to go. The other alternative is that they just presumed, and I don't blame them for presuming this, they presumed that, in fact, all of Donald Trump's supporters were so stupid, they just wouldn't think about it. That if later they just said that actually wasn't true, they go, okay, I guess. Okay, I guess. Sure. Because the thing about Donald Trump supporters is they are not, I mean, first off, it's important to note they're not human in the same way I'm human. They're, in fact, hog people. And you don't need to, like, consider them in terms of any sort of moral weight. Like, they don't matter as humans. Unfortunately, they do have the ability to vote, which we should remove from them. You know, there should be a test. And here's what the test is. We do an RV expo. And if you register to attend an RV expo with musical guest, Kid Rock, let me finish, tribute band. It will be a Kid Rock tribute band. We'll be playing the music at this RV expo. And if you sign up and you're excited, when you come in, you're not allowed to vote anymore. But we're going to give you blocks to play with. We're going to give you very menial labor in building all of the windmills we're going to need. I don't know what it is exactly, like, you know, putting bolts into the fins or something like that. We'll give you that kind of job. We will not be doing any safety regulation. Don't ask about it, okay? That's just how it works. They are very stupid, and they do forget things. You know, they're mad about so much on a week-by-week basis. I remember one time, Charlie Kirk, rest in possible. Is he alive? In fact, did Israel reincarnate Charlie Kirk? And hear me out, is he trans? You know Candace Owens has got that in her back pocket, all right? The moment her subs dip below whatever, she is whipping out the Charlie Kirk was trans card. And I'm here for it. I'm here for it. Yes, Charlie Kirk was like an interview with Joe Rogan. And then Joe Rogan was like, it's crazy. Last time you were on, we were talking about Me Too, and now it's a year later and you're about trans people. And Joe Rogan didn't mean it as a fuck you. He's genuinely stupid. And Charlie Kirk was like, yeah, we're learning about new evils every day. It was just this beautiful moment of Joe Rogan inadvertently going, so you just change whatever bullshit you want people to be mad about on a pretty regular basis. What's that like? I guess. I don't fucking know. Anyway, let's watch a video of Prince Andrew getting arrested. Prince Andrew arrested. Arrested. We have live now from Fox. I don't want to watch that. NBC News. Oh, finally, Megyn Kelly. People forget Megyn Kelly. Charlize Theron played her in a movie in 2019. It was called Bombshell. It got Oscar nominations. It's a piece of absolute fucking dog shit. It's like a Me Too movie about Fox News. And you just watch it now and you're like, well, I mean, all of these people, you know, deserved worse. All right, CBS Mornings, News Nation. Let's watch News Nation. Why is this not making noise? Oh, because that's turned off.
Just minutes before we went live this morning. You've got sources all over the world. Is anybody giving you more information as to what exactly?
First, I'm a big fan of looking at faces of other people in Zoom calls when they're not talking. Just a sort of like vacant, like smile. This woman's terrified. She's being watched by upwards of 30 people.
Information led to his arrest?
Absolutely. So let's also point out that this was the former Prince Andrew's 66th birthday. So
I didn't know that. They got his ass on his birthday. That fucking rocks, dude. It wouldn't be his first, but he's just learning to deal with his mommy not being there. He had already been stripped of his royal title. That's what they say, formerly Prince Andrew, because his older brother Charles, as soon as their mom died, Charles got into a real go fuck yourself mentality. And I am 100% here for it. I love it.
Of a birthday treat. And what they're really looking at, it's kind of like Al Capone. They didn't get him on murder, they got him on taxes. They are looking specifically at...
First off, that is a pedophile hat. Look at that. I didn't even realize Jeffrey Epstein was right there in the fucking hat. Holy shit. Fucking look at that guy. It is unfortunate for the world. Jeffrey Epstein, bad guy. Bad guy. The rapist formerly known as Prince. Good one. They got a laugh out of me. As far as I know, Prince never in the Epstein files. Part of that is that Prince was like 5'4". So if he fucked a kid, it was just considered, consensual. That's what it was. Look at that stupid fucking hat. Dick Van Dyke is the only guy who can pull off a top hat. Dick Van Dyke, two things. A, Dick Van Dyke from Danville, Illinois, the same town that my mom is from. Coincidence? Did my mom fuck Dick Van Dyke? Is he somewhere around the area of 40 years older than her? We don't know. We can never know. There's no search to find out how old Dick Van Dyke is. Secondly, was he a pedophile? No, he was a Bernie guy. That's true. No socialist has ever been a pedophile. That's how that works. Does it sound better if I talk into like the side of it here? I think it does. Anyway, I can't. He is a good dick. He is a good dick. Let me tell you something. It's not a Mary Poppins party without some dyke dick. That's clever.
Former Prince Andrew's correspondence with Epstein about...
It looks like Epstein's busting in his pants in this photo. Here's the thing. Here's the thing about Jeffrey Epstein, man. Bad guy. He knew how to have fun. Every photo of him, he is vibing. He's doing great. That's why I fundamentally believe he didn't kill himself. Not, all the stupid coincidences and the fact that the cameras went out and they had different guards and blah, 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 blah. No, I think he didn't kill himself just because he was smiling too much. That's a happy guy.
During the time he was a trade person for England. And, he gave very confidential documents over the email to this. So to Epstein, his very good friend.
So he sent confidential emails or some bullshit. Who gives a fuck? It doesn't actually matter. It just simply matters that he is being punished. It's about the dam breaking. Exactly what it's for isn't the big deal. The point is, it's been established that even if you're powerful, and honestly, he wasn't that powerful. Even when he was in the royal family, he's just the royals, they keep him around. They say hi to him. They wave at them every now and then, but they don't actually do shit.
It's illegal. It's not allowed to be done. It's the same thing that they're looking at Peter Mandelson for. Now, they are not yet looking at him.
They've only got 2 pictures. They just keep going back and forth between them. Get a 3rd picture. I don't give a shit. Make it with AI. AI's bad, but so are these people. So, it kind of works out.
Possible sex trafficking charges. However, what's also interesting is a brother of a monarch has not been arrested for 548
There we go.
years,
New, sir, a new picture is hitting the
We've never
timeline.
seen this before. A member of the royal family getting arrested.
Yeah, apparently the last time it happened, they're saying 148 years ago. I think it was even longer than that. It was like 160 some years ago. It was the British Civil War. It was Charles I. They're saying Edwards IV. They probably know more than me. I don't really know or care, but it was a long ass time ago, and they were in the middle of a civil war. Okay, this is the first time, people are writing this down, the first time that a powerful person has thought maybe it was a bad idea to fuck a kid. Every moment up to this point, they've been like, damn, that was cool. That was a lot of fun, man. It was great. That was the old Louis C.K. joke when he'd be like, fucking kids must be great. Because, they kill you for it and people still do it. You know? I sometimes wonder about that. Because I think, you know, like really nice wine or something, I'm like, is really nice wine actually good? Or do rich people just buy it because it's expensive? Like, is it really fun to fuck a kid? Or do people just do it because they're so powerful they can get away with it? Well, not anymore, buddy. Hey, if you're one of the thousands upon thousands of child rapists listed in the Epstein list, there is a 0.0000001% chance that you will briefly spend an afternoon filling out paperwork at a police station. So be careful.
In such a way.
Not since Edward IV had his brother George, Duke of Clarence, charged with treason. So here's the deal, Marky. This is huge, and we also.
That, by the way, is an interesting fact. Their last name is Windsor. I always wonder that, like, what's, you know, Charles's last name? It's Windsor, Charles Windsor. But it's Mountbatten Windsor. I don't know, some dumb old, like, we must tie the bloodlines together kind of bullshit. He is in custody on suspicion of misconduct in public office. Interesting.
Knew it was coming. Several reasons. One, because the monarchy was massively under fire in England. People are furious. They are, you know, there was a lot of talk of, oh, if you're royal, you can't be touched. You can do anything. And they're showing today that no, in fact, you can't. Now, the other thing to take into matter is that the Labour government in England is also under fire. So really actions had to be taken.
And Paula, I don't know about you, but I was a little surprised that we've already heard from King Charles on this. I mean,
did we? Listen, this whole thing, the whole Epstein thing, is actually a cover-up for Charles's weird sausage fingers. That's what he doesn't want you talking about. King Charles sausage fingers. You guys know what I'm talking about? Look at these. This is not a healthy man. This was him. Oh, damn. Yeah, look at that. That is not good. That is not a good dick. That is bad. Experts suggest the puffy appearance could be caused by edema, often seen in people over 65, or chronic conditions like arthritis or, some other bullshit. Interesting. The nickname was coined by King Charles himself in a 1982 letter to a friend regarding the birth of Prince William, noting the son had, quote, sausage fingers just like his own. Anyway, Prince Charles doesn't want you to see this. That's why he made up Epstein, who was not real. He was a fake guy.
so often the palace has been known for staying pretty tight-lipped or never even addressing, things that the general public is very fascinated by. Were you taken aback by the fact that King Charles has already weighed in saying that, the law must take its course?
Yeah, no, I wasn't, because if you're going to arrest the king's brother on the king's property, you have to let the king know. And so he knew.
It'd be cool if they got SEAL Team 6 to do it. Like, didn't tell King Charles and just they busted in. Like, very similar. When they killed Osama bin Laden, they also didn't tell King Charles, who at the time was Prince Charles. And listen, is it a fact that Osama bin Laden and former Queen Elizabeth, now burning in hell, were Highlanders? We don't know. We can never know. King Charles said, excuse me, let me state clearly, the law must take its course. As this process continues, so I talk, King Charles, I'm very low class. How would he actually talk? Let me state clearly, the law must take its course. As this process continues, it would not be right for me to comment further on this matter. Meanwhile, my family and I will continue on our duty and service to you all. What's your fucking service, bitch? King Charles, you're a bitch. What's your service? You just, get pictures taken of you looking weird, At least your dumb son, the one who came to America, and, got some of that brown sugar, if you know what I'm saying. He married Meghan Markle, I believe is her name. And they got married, and then for a while, this is another one of those signs. Okay, so maybe I'm off base about this, but you remember a few years back, it was when Prince Harry, the ginger one, married Meghan Markle, and then they moved to America, and they abandoned the throne, or he's like, I'm getting rid of all my, royal titles and shit, and I'm just quote unquote a commoner. And like for a while, right-wing media here in America was really pissed at Meghan Markle, and they do their stories about like, she's ungrateful, she's a piece of shit, blah, 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 blah. And it makes you realize how inorganic these movements are. Because, like, Americans don't really give a shit about the royal family. Maybe they kind of do. Like, Princess Diana, they cared about a little bit. And some people, like, cried when she died. I don't know. Maybe it seems to me a very European thing to be mad at her for that. It's similar to how I've talked about before, the right-wing obsession with specific nationalities. Like, Somalia, which is not how Americans talk at all. Like the right wing, the consumers of right wing, let me be clear. That is how I should say. Let me state clearly, the law must take its course. As this process continues, it would not be right for me to comment further on this matter. I can't just comment on this matter. This process continues. Meanwhile, my family and I will continue in our duty and service to you all. Allahu Akbar. The right wing, like, you will never hear a right winger, an actual dyed-in-the-wool right winger, which is to say someone with severe cognitive problems. They would never say, fuck Somalians. I mean, like, maybe some would now because they just respond to their media. But they go, no, they go, fuck black people. That would be their position. They don't get into nationality. They don't know countries in Africa. Okay? The average right winger maybe knows one country in Africa if they've put together that Somalia is a country. They might just think it's another racial slur. And they're like, cool, we got another one. Hell yeah. I've been waiting. Listen, guys, I've called this meeting here. Listen, before we get started with rehearsals for the Kid Rock tribute band, let's first talk. They know South Africa. I'm literally not sure they even do. You don't know how stupid these fucking people are. God damn. Maybe they do. And then they would just scream the N-word and you go, yes, Niger, that's one of them. And they go, yeah, I got it. Here's a good one. How many countries are in Africa? How many can I name? All right. How many countries are in Africa? Okay, 54. All right, I'm not going to get that many. But Somalia, South Africa, Nigeria, it's a separate one, right? Ghana. Is Madagascar a country? Did I already say South Africa? Kenya, Ethiopia, Finland, China, Japan, Dirty Knees, Lesotho. Did I already say Libya? I'm relatively sure Libya is in Africa. Did I say Congo? Democratic Republic of the Congo? Yeah, I don't know. Probably some other ones too. They're doing civil wars over there all the fucking time. How many countries in Africa? They've got them all right here. Look at this map. How many people don't realize is actually a southern U.S. Egypt. Oh, fuck. I didn't say Egypt. God damn it. I forgot it. Egypt's a big one. Libya, Algeria, Mali, Morocco. Morocco's one. And then Madagascar's one. Senegal, Gambia, Papua New Guinea, Sierra Leone. I should have gotten that one. Cote d'Ivoire. I didn't realize that one. Nigeria, Democratic Republic of the Congo, and Congo. Those are two separate ones. What about Hotel Rwanda? I think Rwanda is a city. Let's check that out. Rwanda. It is a country in East Africa. Sometimes this is a fun game I like to play, where you go to Expedia and see how much a vacation to a place would cost. Let's go to this, Expedia.com. All right. Let's say I want to go to Rwanda. What if there is a hotel in Rwanda, but ironically, it's a hotel for dogs? You ever think about that? I think about it all the time. All right, if you want to go to KGL, Kigali International Airport, and you want to go next weekend, see what your options are. Okay. Well, this is a stay. I want not bad for hotels in Rwanda. No, I am looking for a whole, I want to, got it. Yes, shut up. I want to know how much the ticket costs, the flight and everything, the packages. Airbus goes to Rwanda. Yeah, Megabus goes to Rwanda, actually. Packages. All right, so I'm going to stay. I'm going to go to Chicago. I'm going to Rwanda. All right. So the earliest I can get out there is Saturday, March 7th. So I have to spend a little more time not in Rwanda, unfortunately. Well, that's Air Bud goes to Rwanda. What if that was a movie? All expenses paid trip to the slums of India. It costs a lot to fly to India. All right. I mean, not that bad. If you want to stay at a Marriott, which is there, $1,664 per person. All right. What's the cheapest? Sort by price low to high. Well, it's a real shithole in Rwanda. Rustic home B&B. I mean, $1,500, not bad. Kilgary Blight Home and Hotel. The Neres Home. Sleep to Greenhaven Apartment. Why you come to Rwanda? Let's go all in on Kenya. We go to Velvet Villas. Let's see what this looks like. All right. I mean, you know, it's a place to stay in fucking Rwanda. New G&M stays. All right, what's the most expensive? Let's check that out. Price high to low. This is about politics. We're doing politics right now. Hemingway, I mean, not that huge of a difference between lowest and highest. The Hemingway Retreat, Kigali. I mean, I bet it would be a relatively cheap vacation, Rwanda. You know? Ireland is actually pretty cheap. I went to Ireland many, many years ago. I'm not Irish at all. Like I said, I'm half British, so we're like... I used to have a joke in stand-up about it, and I'd be like, you know how racist my ancestors were? They enslaved other white people. They didn't, before they even knew about black people, they were like, where'd you go? Did you go to Dublin? Did you go to Cork? Did you go to Cork County? Did you go to Dublin? I went to Dublin. And then the funny thing was, at the time, I thought I was part Irish because I thought my mom was part Irish, and it turns out she was not at all. She's making it's a whole fucking thing. But anyway, I was walking around Ireland being like, I'm Irish. Mostly Dublin, when we went all around Ireland, is like the size of, yeah, there's not a lot of Ireland, which is ironic because, you know, they are about the size of Massachusetts, but they beat their wives as much as, let me check, Massachusetts. Guys, is Ireland just Massachusetts? You get on a plane, do they fake it? And you land in Boston? Anyway, I was walking around Ireland saying something that, as it turns out, was not true, but at the time I believed it. And I'd be like, I'm Irish. I'm Irish. And this guy comes up to me and he goes, you're not feckin' Irish. 100 feckin' years ago, your feckin' country didn't want us. And now you pretend to fucking be us. You come over here. And then he was like, I have a fucking beer night. And then we just got drunk together. Yeah, I caught a Celtics game in Ireland. And I thought, that's suspicious. I was like, Donnie Wahlberg, when did you move to Ireland? He goes, what the fucking deal, bro? What's the fuck? Aaron go bra, bro. Aaron go fucking bra. And then we were just getting drunk. And then as a joke, I was like, do you know Colin Farrell? Like, everyone in Ireland knows you. And he goes, yeah, Colin Farrell's a fan of me band night. And then he took out his little, like, Razor flip phone and showed me photos taken on his phone of him and Colin Farrell together. And it was like, oh, shit. You do hang out with Colin Farrell. Wild stuff. I don't know who that guy was. We got very drunk. Temple Bar, that was one of them. Mark Wahlberg was like, hey, can I pray with you real quick? Hey, let me pray. You got to come in here and accept Jesus as your personal Lord and Savior. What's that? You don't? Boop. People might not know that. Mark Wahlberg, when he was a younger man, A, was a musician in the Funky Bunch. And B, brutally attacked a Vietnamese guy. He went to jail for it. He was involved in like gang shit. Mark Wahlberg, for all of his faults, and God knows he has many, he has never denied this. Hi, Lamp. Oh, how do I do this without you? Finally, you're here. How do I do it out with Dougie Jones and with other people that are watching? We're talking about Mark Wahlberg, and much to his credit, okay, Lamp back from multiple things. You need to start an hour later. Well, if I start an hour later, then I have dinner an hour later, okay? I got a steak, guys. I got a fucking nice steak going on right now. Mark Wahlberg, for all of his faults, okay? Meaty Wind. You could do a mukbang dinner stream. I literally should do that, but get the definition wrong, and I just end up jacking off onto a fillet of fish. I got a steak upstairs right now, ladies and gentlemen. I got it dried, patted down. Then I put some seasoned salt and some garlic pepper on it. And then on one side of it, I put a little paprika chili powder mix, which is crazy. I know you're not supposed to put too much shit on the steak because, like, you ruins the fucking... Shut up. Shut up. Who gives a shit? Shut up. You did the Salt Bay move. Floop, floop, floop. Give it a gentle kiss. Only one came on. If Mark Wahlberg ever beat an Asian person almost to death. Yes, that's true. So Mark Wahlberg, again, many faults. He has so many faults, but he's always been very honest about this. When he was a young man, he threw a brick at a Vietnamese guy. You're pooping right now? That's disgusting. Come on. How's your poop? Is it solid? Is it good? Guys, I've been putting a whole banana in my smoothie every morning that I make, which has like flax seeds and chia seeds. I've been BMing like a rock star. Anyway, I keep getting distracted. We're not talking about enough. Enough. It's like a number 3. Is that just diarrhea? No, diarrhea is a number 2. Okay, I'm not essentialist here. If it's coming out the ass, it's a number 2. If it's coming out the penis or where women piss from, which I believe they have some kind of cloaca under their breasts, then it's pee. Mark Wahlberg has admitted that he threw a brick at a Vietnamese guy, blinding him when Mark Wahlberg was like 15 or whatever it was. And then some reporter years later tracked down that Vietnamese guy who apparently, which is two very funny things. The first thing, they were like, hey, so this white guy attacked you. And he goes, does not narrow it down. You have to be way more specific, okay? I was an Asian guy in Boston in the 80s, all right? You think you're going to go, hey, remember when that white guy threw a brick at you? He goes, well, that only happened 6 times, you know, but I haven't been outside much this week. And then they were like, you know, the guy who threw a brick at you was famous, and he had no idea. He was like, no shit. Well, anyway, back to my life sewing, I guess. I don't know why the fuck I haven't gotten out of Boston. God damn. Get the fuck out. If you have to be racist against an Asian, you can be racist against the Japanese. Because I've said before, the British are the most racist people on earth. Absolutely. Not so much like finding the guy that called Sam Cedar a Jew on Twitter. You're right. Yes. That's a great point. Hey, Sam Cedar, you got called a Jew. He goes, oh, who? The Steven Crowder who said I had velveteen rabbit eyes. Looks like their anime soft power didn't work on you. They're trying. They keep trying, but it doesn't work. I argue with people on the internet about politics a lot, so you have no idea how many, like, paragraphs I've written, passion paragraphs I've written out to people with anime profile pictures and been like, dear God, why am I fucking bothering? People are wildly racist. Anyway, guys, we're jumping all around here. Justice was done. Justice was done, and Prince Andrew was in a police station for a small amount of time this afternoon. Will it go any further? Yes. And apparently they Al Caponed him. They couldn't get him on fucking children because, and this is true, that is legal in Great Britain. I think it's bad, but that's, you know, what they do. So they got him on, like, attaching a classified document to an email or something. They don't fuck around with these classified documents. God damn. Come on. Let guys take some classified documents. Let's have fun. So Prince Andrew is going to jail, maybe, possibly.
He was prepped.
Here's a question for the chat, okay? Do you think anyone in America will face actual repercussions for this? I think like 1 or 2 people stepped down from whatever job they had as the head of a talent agency or some shit, but no real fucking issues. What did Lamb say? It's too bad they can't just arrest you for being the product of incest and we could wipe out the royal family in one swoop. That is very correct. We're arresting you for what? Oh, your family tree doesn't fork. That's the reason.
For the arrest, he was prepped while it happened, and of course he had to make a statement. Again, King Charles is in a very precarious position. There are a lot of people clamoring for.
By the way, you might have missed it, Lamp, but we were laughing for a long time at these hats. These are very, very silly hats, and they're so funny. Look at these big, stupid hats. Jeffrey Epstein having a blast in every photo. Every photo of this guy, he is living his best life. I'm not saying what he did was good. I'm not advocating for it. But I am advocating seizing life like he did. The hats are the most joy. That's true. The royal family, that was what Charles said, like, well, my brother might be a pedophile, but don't worry, I will get back to the service I do for the people. And it's like, literally, what the fuck do you do? You put on increasingly sillier outfits and get photographed. That's all you fucking do.
King Charles's crown right now and saying, hey, you need to step down, let a clean slate William and Catherine take over.
Paula, one last question for you before I get to our legal expert on this. Any idea where he is currently?
That would be a good bit if Prince Charles was Prince his whole fucking life, and then his mom, that old bitch, finally kicks the fucking bucket when he's like 60, and he gets to be king for like 5 years. He has to arrest his brother for pedophilia, and then he just dies. That would be hilarious. I'm not saying I want it. I obviously have no control over it. I also, he should change his, first off, Dwighted Dynamite, I think you're new to the chat. I always like seeing a new person. He should change his name to Pedo, formerly known as Prince. I believe, and that is a good joke. Someone already made that joke in the chat. And I'm not dismissing it because I'm glad you're here. Don't ever leave. If you stop watching, I'm going to cry, and it's going to be your fault. But it's a good joke. I laughed that time. I'm laughing this time. It's a good joke. Dwight is my brother. Oops, I spilled the beans. Howdy, Dwight. Thanks for watching. Thanks for watching, Dwight. Your sister said she was taking a shit earlier, which is disgusting. So if you could have a word with her, maybe tell her to like fucking, we are all brothers and sisters. Brothers in that, I mean, you know, brother, rest in peace, Jesse Jackson. As far as I know, not in the Epstein files. Here's what's interesting. No black people really in the Epstein files. The theory I've read, and again, like all political discussions, this is based on no research and just vibes. Just however I feel in any given moment is the reality of the world around me. And the theory, yeah, what about what's his face? I don't know who you're talking about. But thank you for using one of the gentler racial slurs. What's his face? Kevin something, Kevin Durant, the basketball player. I literally don't know. Kevin Smith. What if he was in the Epstein files? He's the only guy in Little St. James and jorts. No, but that's the interesting point about Diddy, because the theory that has been espoused that I'm choosing, Kevin Hart. Was Kevin Hart in the Epstein files? Chris Tucker was. But the theory is that since Epstein didn't sort of prey on the black community, he didn't infiltrate the black community, Diddy was there to pick up the slack. You know, he was there to fill the void, you know, as one would say. So remember, P. Diddy had a show on MTV a long time ago called Making the Band, where he would offer bizarre challenges to people so that they could like have their single played on MTV or something. But I think it was on an episode of this show. Maybe it was just like on a fucking reel or something. But he was in the bathroom and then he goes, fuck, I gotta piss. And then pure Cambodian breast milk. Oh, yeah, they made fun of it in that Chappelle Show sketch. I remember that. But he was like peeing. You got to look this up. And he goes, damn, pissing is better than coming. P. Diddy pissing. What was the clip? It was something like, oh, this is going to be hard to find now because everyone's peeing on each other. Pissing is better than sex. Oh, P. Diddy believes peeing is as good as sex. What? No, I don't care. What's going on? I don't want to get into fark.com. I gotta pee. Is this the P. Diddy video? Yeah, I think so. This got me good.
Now, I told you I was going to let y'all see everything about me and let y'all in on interesting things that affect me during the day. I know this is my second broadcast to y'all from the bathroom, but have you ever had to take a piss real bad? I know men and women. When you ever take a piss real bad, the feeling of just the release is something.
Here's the thing. He's not wrong. He's absolutely not wrong. Yeah, fuck Will Wheaton.
And that truly can't be explained. It's almost as good as sex. That point where you feel like...
Okay, let the record state, I misremembered what he said. What he said was it's almost as good as sex. And then someone says, why not both? Which, you know, he did eventually figure that out. Of a 13-year-old at a slumber party. Yeah, that is so true. Guys, you ever pee? It's like as good as like when you have sex with a girl, which I've done. I had sex with her boobs, dude. It ruled.
The bladder is going to burst. Like you feel like you've drunk like maybe a gallon of beer, and then you finally just... Woo! Oh. I told you see Diddy like you never seen him before. Woo!
That is true. I'd never seen Diddy like this before.
It's just like it just won't stop, you know? It keeps going. You never know that you can hold that much water.
They bladdermations, yeah. First off, he's bladder maxing. People don't know that. He's pee maxing right now. That's a bit we've all started doing in our life, right? Just saying everything maxing. It's not no edging like pee edging. I gotta pee literally right now. In like a second, I'm gonna get up and go piss. In my own mouth. Just kidding. It's a new thing we're all doing. We've taken it from Clavicular, a really normal 19-year-old who can definitely still have sex. Everything you do, if you get the mail, be like, I have to go get the mail maxing. You know? I'm stream maxing currently.
Always wash your hands. See you next time on Diddy TV.
Okay. All right. And cool. Well, exciting stuff. I do literally have to pee. You just wiped? Good for you, man. I'm going to go pee. And then I'll be right back. And if you guys want to have me watch any particular video or discuss anything, sound off in the comments. And we'll keep going. All right, guys. I'll be back shortly. You guys like this couch? I got this couch last week, as you might have heard, because I think the movers accidentally pressed the start streaming button. And so you can hear him talk, and then you hear me speak to him, and be like, thank you, and I go, oh, gracias. Like this, it's a pull-out couch. It becomes a sofa. What is a sofa? It becomes a bed. So I could have just sleep streams. I just take naps in here, and I stream it. That'd be a good use of everyone's time, wouldn't it? Wouldn't it be? All right, what's happening? What's going on in the comments sections? Dwight was a funny clip of him talking about a femcel or something. Look up the Not My Culture clip. I send you some links. I just wiped. Okay, let's grab the links. I just got sent some links. That was a great stream. I just had a great stream. Here's the thing. Listen, say what you will about P. Diddy, Puff Daddy, Papa Diddy Pop, whatever you want to say. He is correct that pissing rocks. Pissing is a lot of fun. All right, we got some clips here. All right, we're opening it. We're downloading it. How are we doing, guys? All right, I'm going to start a folder on my computer just called Lamp Clips, just for the clips that you send me, Lamp. There's now a Lamp Clips folder. Oh, one of them's a YouTube. I like the YouTubes better. That's easier for me to play. So it's written and so it said. Brandon doing lies to cover lies. Now, Brandon, first off, let's go, Brandon. Can we agree? Can we all agree? Let's go, Brandon. Let me get some let's go Brandons in the chat. All right, get some let's go Brandons. All right, what do we got going on here? So for those who don't regularly watch, we have a segment where we watch videos Lamp sends us. Okay, no, I can watch the first one. It's a little more difficult, but I will watch it. I have to go to studio mode. Okay. And then go, let's go, Brandon. Thank you, Dougie Jones. I'm finally getting some of those in the chat. Now, Lamp lives in Portland, Oregon, where it seems like everybody's job is a live streamer. At any given moment, everybody in Portland, Oregon is just filming each other being racist. That is how that works. So she goes out on the streets. The Lamp Clips folder. I'm opening it. All right. I have to share this now. Just a second. Yes, correct.
Thanksgiving, everybody. We're not going to call sweet potatoes sweet potatoes.
Okay, finally we're not going to call sweet potatoes sweet potatoes. We'll watch this guy in a second. First, I have to go down. Where is it? Not the... Oh, play clips. Yes, yes, yes. First off, we're going to go right here just to transition. Look at how cool that is. This is me playing Master of Puppets. We're going to watch this a couple times. Oh, Brandon loves Andy No. Andy No, who, and I cannot stress this enough, is absolutely not British. LOL, how cool you are. Fuck you. Yeah, I got that. You know how many times I watched this video and just was literally like, yeah, like with no irony. You should not be sincere. You 100% should not be sincere about how fucking lame this is. I could look it up, but it would probably annoy me. What the hell does "Let's Go Brandon" mean? Like the reference all the time. So here's what it comes from. It's a total right-wing media nonsense bullshit thing. At the beginning of the Joe Biden administration, there was, it means fuck Joe Biden, exactly. So it specifically comes from a NASCAR race where some, does Biden refer to himself as Brandon? No. So there was a NASCAR race where there was a driver named Brandon something. Doesn't matter, I don't watch NASCAR, I'm not going to watch NASCAR. But he, according to the right wing, there was an interview being given with him, and the crowd started chanting, "Fuck Joe Biden, fuck Joe Biden," because they were all principled leftists who were opposed to the war in Israel. And so apparently the guy, the driver, whose name was Brandon, asks the reporter, "What are they yelling?" And then she goes, "Oh, they're yelling, 'Let's go Brandon.'" So the right wing thought it would be funny to just say "Let's go Brandon" would be a sub for "fuck Joe Biden." So yeah, and they won. Remember, that is the level as to which these people are operating, and they won. So cool. Good for them, I guess. Yeah, it's weird. It's weird that they won. You got that story totally wrong, but close enough. What? Okay, we're looking it up. Guys, we simply must look it up. We simply must. Let's go. We're going back. We're going to get another cute video of me. All right, we got to look up Let's Go Brandon. Biden was kind of giving a little speech, the NASCAR thing, and the guy yelled, "Fuck Joe Biden," and then Biden said, "Let's go Brandon." No, according to this, I am correct. Origin of the phrase. The incident. On October 2nd, 2021, NASCAR driver Brandon Brown won his first Xfinity Series race at the Talladega Superspeedway in Alabama. During a post-race interview with NBC Sports reporter Kelly Stavast, the crowd in the background was loudly chanting, "Fuck Joe Biden." Was Joe Biden even there? That's just what they yelled. That's what they yelled all the time. During the live broadcast, reporter Kelly Stavast told the television audience the crowd was chanting, "Let's go Brandon." It remains unclear if she misheard the chant or deliberately tried to change the message. There is a Wikipedia article for Let's Go Brandon. Look at this, a Let's Go Brandon site outside a Florida house. Oh boy. That's a chill house. Oh, and I could have sworn that you, in fact, didn't have fucking shit in your brains. All right? If we're swearing shit. Just kidding, love you. That is a normal house. Whatever their opinion of Israel is, it is normal. I'll tell you that much. Is a political slogan and internet meme used as a euphemism for the phrase, "Fuck Joe Biden," a reference to former U.S. President Joe Biden. Chants of "Fuck Joe Biden" began during sporting events in early September 20. It's part of a very funny thing, which is that Joe Biden was an old senile man, just easily the most most moderate milquetoast. He actually probably was the most left-wing president we've ever had. Sorry, all you crazy fucking communists in my goddamn chat. Joe Biden was the furthest left president we've probably ever had. No, there's FDR. But he was very progressive. Second to FDR, I'd probably say. But FDR got to do all that cool shit because of World War II. He was and still is a capitalist pig. So a couple things. First off, being the most progressive U.S. president and still being a capitalist pig are not mutually exclusive. Yes, we have not had non-capitalist presidents, but Joe Biden, to say ever is probably stupid because I don't know the history, but in my lifetime, he certainly was the most progressive president. Absolutely. Not saying you can't criticize him. God knows you can. But I mean, he fucking marched with UAW workers, we should have elected Dukakis. I agree. If only because his sister was Olympia Dukakis, the great actress. So, I mean, I'm not defending Joe Biden. Again, he's not president. He's going to die soon. Who gives a shit? He did a lot of things I like, a lot of things I don't like. At the end of the day, his legacy is most going to be, I think, not dropping out and giving us Donald Trump. That, I think, is going to be his ultimate legacy. He definitely, I think everyone agrees, except Joe Biden himself. But most everybody agrees that Joe Biden, he has one more thing to do that we'll definitely like when it happens. Mm-hmm. Yeah, well, you're about to be momentarily slightly more happy somewhere between any day now to, I don't know, 5 years? Maybe he lives 10 years. Who's to say exactly? But he should have dropped out after the overperformance of the midterms in 2022. If they had done an actual... Yeah, I mean, I think if they had done an actual... what am I trying to say? An actual primary, Kamala probably wouldn't have won. I highly doubt she would have. Who would have won? I don't fucking know. Somebody. But it's not even the point of who would have won. We should have never ran a second time. Yeah, absolutely. That's what I'm saying. He should have never ran a fucking second time or third time. What was the first time he ran? I mean, he should have done in 2016. Laughs in Normie Mommy. Yeah, first off. Oh, in Commie Mommy. Yeah, I'm a Commie Mommy too. I'm a Commie Mommy and I want some of that Stalin milk. Anyway, we're getting distracted. But Joe Biden was ultimately just kind of a feeble old man. But there was this attempt to a very successful attempt to get the average Republican to be so mad at him. Fuck you, you're the fucking worst communist piece of shit. The problem with Joe Biden is that he didn't inspire enough passion in people. Because you can sit and talk about legislation all day. And I like talking about legislation. I don't like that all political conversations are about vibes. But guess what? They fucking are. Okay? What legislation you do doesn't fucking matter. At this point, I'm thinking Trump getting a second consecutive term would have been harm minimization. I think you're true. That is one thing that definitely occurred to me with this recent kind of online discussion about, like, you know, Hassan Piker, who's just too hot. When you're that hot, you shouldn't be allowed to have opinions on politics, okay? Who gives a shit? He's dumb. He just wanted a fucking... I don't want to shit at him because people go psychotic shitting on him, but I'm like, he's just a hot dude who wanted a career as an influencer, okay? And so his uncle already had like a left-wing political organization, so he just did that. They would be out by now and they wouldn't have had 4 years to plot this insanity. No, totally. So the point is, Hassan Piker said he would not vote for Gavin Newsom over J.D. Vance. He would vote third party. And on one hand, I am like, that's very stupid. Obviously, Gavin Newsom will be better than J.D. Vance. I don't really believe anyone who says, like, from a left-wing perspective, they don't think that's the case. And again, there's larger conversations to be had here. But just those two people, looking at them on the face of things, Gavin Newsom would be better than J.D. Vance. I feel pretty confident saying that. I don't know if anyone disagrees. If so, speak now or hold your peace. But the one thing that does throw me on this, maybe this is accelerationist at this point, I'm not really sure. But if Gavin Newsom gets elected, my guess is Gavin Newsom will be a lot like Joe Biden. He'll do some things I like, some things I won't like. He won't address fundamental issues of inequality. More importantly, he will not provide the people with a sense of security. And eventually they'll vote for a fascist again. That's the thing. That's what's fucking blackpilling, as everyone gets so excited about, like, do you understand? The Democrats are winning election after election after election. And first off, it's all special elections. And they'll probably do quite well in the midterms. But, like, there's a ceiling to how far they can go, just given how gerrymandered and divided America is. At the local level, at the regional level, at the state level, there is a ceiling to how far you can, you know, push things blue because red is so fucking entrenched. So it doesn't seem realistic that there's ever a scenario where the Republican Party doesn't have some power behind it. Okay? And what that means is that, let's say, and this is absolutely possible. Remember when we got your stream shut down talking about Joe Biden bending over to... I don't remember that, but that sounds like the kind of thing I'd talk about. First off, unironically, Hunter Biden for the Democratic nominee. But here's what I'm saying. It is completely possible that, you know, Donald Trump dies or just leaves office and they don't manage to seal the midterms or anything, and J.D. Vance runs, and whoever it is, Gavin Newsom, Pete Buttigieg. I like J.B. Pritzker. Yes, he's a billionaire, and it's going to fuck it. It's a tough thing. But I like what he's done. I like the guy. I like J.B. Pritzker. I met him one time and shook his hand. He's a nice guy. Anyway, one of these people, and there are differences in these people. There are meaningful differences. No fatties, unironically, would be hard. We have not had a fat president. That's not true. We currently have a very fat president. I was about to say, well, that's not true. Donald Trump is pure muscle. Pure muscle. That's interesting. Before Donald Trump, it's all been like lean guys. This Reagan was, I don't know, whatever. Yang Gang. Okay. Well, I mean, you know, that's stupid. I don't know. Be stupid. You're allowed to be stupid here in America. You know, oh, hey guys, it's me, Andrew Yang. Why wasn't there a president who was so fat he broke a bathtub? Yeah, who was that? Fattest presidents. Fattest president. William Howard Taft. Damn! He was 350 pounds in like 1911. They had not even invented Sonic Burger then, and this motherfucker got 350 pounds. God damn. He lost 70 pounds at one point before regaining it. Hell yeah. He is famously noted, that no real gentleman should weigh more than 300 pounds. I am Taft maxing. Hell yeah, dude. So William Howard Taft, easily the fattest president. J.B. Pritzker would probably be number 2 if he gets elected. He was the first celebrity weight loss patient. So Grover Cleveland. I don't know. I was about to hope that would load and show me a picture of Grover Cleveland, and it's this guy. Dwight Eisenhower. Shut up. He was not fat at all on accident. Yeah. I lost like 40 pounds since October. That's not good, man. Are you eating? Is your body falling apart? You're really healthy, right? You're amongst the healthiest people on earth. I hope so. Bill Clinton was kind of chubby back in the day. By the way, look at this. The good news is my husband loves to eat and enjoys it. Hillary Clinton told the New York Times in 1992. Hillary? OMG. Do spill the tea, girl. Bill Clinton has never eaten pussy. No problem. Okay. Rank the presidents most likely to have eaten pussy in their lives. Okay. Who gets first? Is it Bill or Barack? It's got to be Barack, right? Barack, I just started leaving the house. Well, but thankfully you're leaving the house to do the right things, namely to yell at people also yelling at you. Speaking of which, let's click over to that right now. We were going to watch that. Okay. This clip again, hell yeah. All right, let me get a window capture here. Window capture, media player. Okay, and then window, select a window. No, can I not fucking... No, god damn it, no. It's not a window capture. Okay, what is it then? I'll figure this out. And then it'll be there for next time. Well, because the thing is, what I want is to be able to... Because if I play it here, I can't hear it. Like, I can't hear Metallica right now, which I'm going to turn the volume on. Which is really good. A display capture? Oh, maybe that's what I'm looking for. Unironically. Application audio. Capture specific window. Oh, media player. Okay, so this is basically works. Capture, order, top. Where is it? Oh, okay. I don't know how I'm making this fucking work. Should have done this some other time. I thought I was listening to Yossarian Andrews, not Metallica. Hell yeah. That's true. I've got the real James Hetfield. Well, you're not seeing the part where I fucked up the harmonized solo. Right, the game capture should work, but for some reason, it's dumb. Capture foreground window with hotkey. Capturing the full screen application. Unironically. Because here's the thing, I can add the fucking media source. Let's look at this shit. Let's watch this. But I won't be able to hear it. Okay? We have clips.
Thanksgiving, everybody. We're not going to call sweet potatoes anymore due to the wokeness. We're not going to refer to them as one root vegetables. We're going to instead call them yams of color. Beans and green beans anymore. No. We're going woke. They are vertically aspired legumes. You know.
I'm not hearing this, but I am seeing these subtitles. And I must say, this guy, easily one of the best open micers in Austin, Texas. Absolutely. Turn the Metallica down.
Eco-conscious casserole. Butter has now become a problematic relic of the oppression of dairy product. So we're switching to culturally appropriated olive oil. Baked dough circles we're now having because we can't have rolls. They're too gluten sensitive. For the dessert, we're not serving apple pie. We're serving a seasonal fruit curation in a sustainable wheat basket. But don't worry, the cream is whipped because it's non-dairy, but it identifies as heavy cream.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so anyway, back to Metallica. I think I briefly interrupted my Metallica. Yeah. KMS. Yeah, it's terrible and cringe. But so this is like a bit he's doing. He's trying to like be a very funny comedian. And so just for reference, that's the guy I'm talking to in the YouTube video. Okay, you didn't tell me you're talking to Comedy Royalty. He was the winner of the Howie Mandel Award for being really funny. All right. Now there's another clip here that we're going to play. But first I have to. Let me go to browse. This is a screen recording. All right. And we're going to play that now.
So Portland coded.
Yeah, it
I
is.
mean, like only Portland would have a creepy baby doll protest.
Can't hear any of this. I don't know what's happening. I'm going to guess. I'm just going to do voices that are happening in this because I can't hear it. No, fuck you. No, fuck you, actually. No, fuck you. Actually, I fucking want to kill all the Jews. I want to keep all the Jews alive. I fucking love
Yeah, we gotta go back to Antifa is on point these days.
Heil Hitler, white
We've
power.
got the DHS cuck
I'm
chair
definitely the
now.
best example for white
And,
people. I'm what it should look
We've
like.
got
Yep.
glitter leave
Antifa,
now,
Antifa.
signs, police tape, plenty of doll heads, and now we've got a bunch of doll
Oh, that's your
hair
art right
all
there.
over it.
Oh, man. Interesting. Leave now.
Some toys,
Cuck chair. Good bit. I like that.
free
What does that
bread.
say? Free buses anymore? I can't see.
And then we have Bloody Frog now.
The blood is on your hands. Damn.
I didn't even
Going
notice
hard.
Bloody Frog earlier.
Antifa. Antifa from
That's a
Somalia.
heck of a tree.
Free DHS bribes. Oh, hell yeah. Oh, and it's little baby children. That's a good bit. That is a good bit. Okay.
It's nice of them.
Was there commentary being offered that I didn't hear of people saying this is degenerate communist material, Antifa? That's, people don't know. People have no idea. I'm proud for it. I think it looks good. First off, I think it's interesting, cool art. But beyond that, you should just always be pro making these people upset. Anything they don't like is good. Some of the chuds think it's witchcraft. I'm not convinced it's not, quite frankly. I think it might be. All right, ladies and gentlemen. Now, we're going to finally finish it all up with Brandon doing lies to cover lies, ladies and gentlemen. This is 5 minutes. So I'm just going to be on my phone and play this. Enjoy.
Or some milk. And this motherfucker who makes up shit that never happens so he can threaten people. Are you the neutral guy?
He said that he's gonna murder. He wants ice murder.
This is the guy that pulled the...
Okay, so you're gonna go on that with all the sane people here. That's what you're gonna use.
No, that's exactly. He makes up things.
What did I make up?
You make up all sorts of things that you never show any...
Like what? Please tell me.
You said that my friend was looking in your car. You said that...
Okay, so we'll probably context this that I didn't hear, but I do think, and this is very important to note, those are cute little pigtails. Okay? That's my whole review thus far.
He was looking in my car on video. Do you want to see the video?
Yes, I do. Show it to me right
Okay,
now.
I'll email it to you. What's your email?
Show it to me
I'm not
right
paid.
now.
Oh, so wait, there. So you guys are accusing him of being a paid agitator, which he might be. I was always under the impression that these people were just doing this because no one would fuck them. If this was like 1973 and women were better taught to just fuck a terrible man, because then that way you can have a house, then these people wouldn't be doing this, you know? And that's why no one was racist in the 70s. That's true. He always pulls up and starts doing crazy shit and then says it's because somebody did something, but literally that part is always just made up. Yeah, I mean, one thing I've learned watching these videos, you don't need an excuse. You can just kind of show up and be nuts. You don't need to be like, oh, I'm doing this because this is justified to do this. Just show up and be like, I don't know, the Jews are sending the, bleeps in to fuck the women. At least that's, based on the videos I have saved on my phone. Would you like to watch them? I'd like to watch them. Come on, let's go in the back. These are the cave paintings of vulvas, ladies and gentlemen. It's a reference to something happened earlier in the stream. Maybe you weren't watching. I don't know. It's not important.
Okay, you're an unpaid agitator.
I'm not an
then.
agitator.
Is that better?
Huh?
To be an unpaid agitator?
Who am I
is that
agitating?
better?
Who did I come here to agitate?
Who are you supposed
I don't know. I find it pretty fucking annoying. Can't speak for anybody else, but I find your whole thing pretty fucking agitating. He said his black bloc kid that assaulted on camera stole a homeless woman's headphones, but the ear things he stole from the guy wasn't even headphones, they were sound. Can't really follow all that, but I'd imagine that he's somewhere between just a lunatic and a psychopath, which maybe those are the same thing, maybe they're not. But the point is, it's almost like there's a part of him that is just seriously mentally ill and I have sympathy for, and there's a part of him that's seriously mentally ill that I don't. So maybe that's on me and I should consider it. I don't know.
coke to? Who's your coke
Yeah.
dealer?
I don't sell cocaine.
Yes, you do.
Oh, because you saw my charges and my convictions of something that happened 3 years ago? Do you want to know what I was convicted
3
for?
years is not that long.
Hold on, do you want to know what I
brother,
was convicted for?
man. It's not.
I'd love to. Coke dealing, if this guy and I didn't know the thing you had just said, coke dealing wouldn't be my first guess. I'll tell you that much. You know, I'd think, boy, they scream nonsense preemptively like the cops whenever they open fire on unarmed quadriplegic. Stop the gun, drop resistant, back that. Yeah. I mean, that is one thing you got to appreciate about ICE. When they shot Alex Preddy in the head, they didn't bother to pretend like it was anything other than a murder.
Very
You
long.
saw the-
Later, other people in the administration did, but the ICE agents were like, hey, you just killed the guy. It's what we do. It's cool.
You saw the charges of trafficking in cocaine, right?
Why would you have
But I was convicted for aiding and abetting in possession of cocaine. You know what that is? Somebody was in my car that had drugs on him. How many people do you haul in your car that have drugs on them all the time?
So I don't know if I'm on his side generally, but I am on his side on this one. If he was dealing coke, that's not, even if he was, he's claiming he's not, but like, you sell coke to people, they give you money, you give them cocaine, that's a fair business trade, you know? I mean, you probably shouldn't do it. Even beyond the practicalities, like you'll get arrested and shit like that. But like, it's bad for the world to sell drugs, you know? But it's not like, plenty of people sell drugs. You know, I'm drinking fucking Jack Daniels right now. This is a drug that I bought. It's an honest business transaction, you know? At the end of the day, you can say like, you shouldn't sell things to people that hurt them. And you probably shouldn't, but if you don't, other people will. So like, I'm not going to be that fucking mad, you know, about his 14 years of sobriety. Well, listen, he was arrested for dealing cocaine, okay? Not for doing cocaine. Let the record state.
None.
Cool, you said my first name. Do you want to say
None.
my last name on stream too?
None.
You-
I don't haul anybody in my car that has drugs on them, to answer your question.
Okay, can you please step back, get your hand away from me just a little bit? I'm non-violent. You seen how many people have been in my face?
She's obviously
You are
not
violent.
She is not violent.
So I'll step back.
Yeah, very.
I have charges that are violent? Please explain.
Repented in life. He's turned to God.
I have watched this man jump
Have
out of his
you
car.
repented,
He
Katie?
left the vehicle right here.
Are you dressed as the killer from Scream? That's sort of the flowy thing you got wearing right now.
Because somebody threw something at my truck. And I'll F you. I was wondering what they said to me. That's it. Ma'am, don't go into semantics about things that you have no idea what you're talking about.
I hate when people go into schematics, by the way. I hate schematics. Which is, of course, schematics related to Newt Scamander. By the way, also, going into, I think maybe he meant semantics was the word he was looking for here. I don't know.
Semantics, schematics, whatever. You got a one-up on me on a word.
You did get him on that word. Listen, quite frankly, you got his ass.
The wind blew it. The wind fucking blew it, you dumb shit. Obviously.
Did I beat him up? Did I beat him up? Did I beat him up? Did I beat him up?
You assaulted him.
I did not assault him. Do you know what an assault is?
Yes, I do. And what
Did I cause bodily harm against him?
Yes, you
No, I did not.
Great. I don't
No, I did not.
care.
I did not cause any bodily harm against that man.
That just playing in the background. Again, this is the major economies of Portland, Oregon is logging and screaming. Apparently. How do you make money? We yell at each other, and somehow they use that to power turbines.
We had a great conversation 2 days later after I had come in and had a conversation with him about stealing headphones from a homeless woman. So don't come at me. Were you there? Were you there? No, I'm not.
You made up
No,
that
I'm not.
story. They
Who
weren't
says?
even
Who says that?
headphones.
Who says that? Whose credibility says that? Whose credibility says that? He stole a homeless lady's headphones.
Like, what's with
You're
that?
making it up. You have no evidence. You
Yeah,
made that
you're
up.
No, I didn't.
Yes, you
No, I didn't. I actually do have the. I'm gonna walk away from you.
Oh, so
I didn't.
No, I actually do. No, you. No, you. No, you. No, but actually you. This video should have 7 minutes of you guys doing that. Actually, in fact, you. As a matter of fact, it is in fact you.
I'm gonna disengage in this conversation. It's going nowhere.
So they're
Aren't you here to protest ICE?
They're not real Americans.
Aren't you here to protest ICE?
Called out on your shit and you walk away.
Aren't you here to protest ICE?
Just like she
Why are you
feedback
surrounding her? Why are you surrounding her?
Even headphones.
Why are you surrounding her? She's been standing here the whole time, and you come up multiple times.
Also, it is nice of him to respect your pronouns, okay? People might not know this, but Lamp is a transitioning, she's a transitioning transgender. They call her a trans. And it's very nice of him to respect the pronouns. Now, Lamp has not had her entire penis removed. They're about halfway done, so she's still got 9 thick inches down there. Half circumcised, much like me. She's half circumcised. We're talking to Katie Daviscourt. Now, that's very impressive. One question to clarify. Who the fuck is Katie Daviscourt? Should I know this human being? Yeah, with a dick that bad, that's the thing. They keep trying to do bottom surgery. It's the only bottom surgery that's done in installments. That's the fucking problem.
Bring your comrades around her for what reason? For what reason? For what reason?
Because we know you guys are full of shit.
Full of shit.
You guys
I haven't
lied
said
to
anything that's been
president.
full of shit on camera.
On camera. In my private life, I say dumb shit all the time. I'm just like, you know, Crash deserved that Best Picture win. Okay? She was at that White House press conference thing. I didn't know Andy No did a White House press conference. That was amazing. You know, Donald Trump walked up to him and said, "Love you, big thumbs up. Can't wait for Rush Hour 4. Looking forward to it."
I don't own a gun.
You guys are
You probably should.
propaganda.
I don't own a
That's
gun.
what you are.
Should I
You
go
are
live?
propaganda.
Should I go live?
Of my friend looking
I've
at
never
I'm a live stream. I don't want to go through my phone right now. That's from a
Go
couple of
live.
months ago when he was looking through my phone.
Bring it, bitch.
No, he was looking through my phone. Or looking through my car. Yes, he
Brandon, how
was.
do you go live on X?
Here, I'll show you.
You hit that button right there.
Which one?
This middle button
Oh,
right
live.
there.
I can't go live on X anymore. I used to go, not that anyone fucking watched, but I would go live on X.com, formerly Twitter. We also respect Twitter's pronouns. I used to do that. But I don't use my X account anymore. I would go on there every like couple days. And for a while it was sort of interesting because it was just fucking, you know, lunatic right-wingers. But then the last couple times it was just anime pornography. And I'm not really into anime pornography. And when I want, I've never been in a position where, well, that's not entirely true. When I was a young man, I was about to be like, I've never been in a position where I'm like, damn, if only I could find some pornography right now. I'm doing a little trolling on X.com. One of my best bits was right before the 2020 election. I started an account on Gab, was it? What was the big Parler? That was the one at the time. When I referred to Parler as Nazi Twitter, which ironically is now just Twitter. But I went on Parler and I created an account called John Voight Official and put a picture of John Voight, and I would just tweet, "Why won't my daughter Angelina talk to me?" Every day or so I tweet that. Yeah, and a few people go, "Wait, are you the real actor John Voight?" And then I go, "Yes, I was." I was in Heat or whatever. I guess he was in Heat, but whatever. I would just say some dumb bullshit. But people would just be like, "Oh my God, you're the actor John Voight. It's really you." And then some people would be like, "Your movie sucked." And I'd be like, "How dare you say that? Also, do you have the number for my daughter Angelina? I want to speak with her. Angelina, let me see the grandkids."
Oh, now you guys are leaving.
Have better things to do, go fuck yourself. That's the way to say it, baby.
What's your email? What's your email? Yahoo.
Now, here's the one thing, though. You fucked that up. because it's .com at, the .com should be after the at. So, and I'm sorry to break this to you, but he won. He won the argument, and we get to do a white ethno state because you fucked up the email address. Yeah, I don't make the rules. I don't make the rules.
.com because you're a Yahoo? Okay.
Okay. No, he got your ass. Yahoo.com because you're a Yahoo? Yeah, well, is yours not Hotmail? Because you're not a Hotmail. Yeah, is yours the jerk store calling? They're running out of you. Are you Comcast.net? Because I've heard that they have to cast the net to get all the pedophiles, which you are. Also, earlier when you mentioned trafficking, I was like, yeah, human trafficking. It makes perfect sense. It was like, no, drug trap. Oh, okay, sure.
There were a few.
Okay, and that's the whole thing right there. And in fact, now we're just going to watch this video. His chat was telling him, abort. You did get his ass. You did get his ass. All right, so we covered it. Epstein is, getting, people are going down, all right? It's going to be great, guys. You don't understand. Comrade Gavin Newsom is going to sweep in 2028, okay? We're going to solve all of our problems. I love you too. I love you. All right, guys, I'm going to get the fuck out of here. If you're watching this, do me a favor, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. That helps in some sort of algorithm. I don't fucking know. I don't get it exactly. I go live most Friday evenings unless I don't fucking feel like it. But